Hi guys, hello. All right, so Aquarians, welcome back. I wanted to get one more video out for you guys before the weekend is officially over, even though this is late. But here we go. So I did a pre-shuffle for you guys, and you got the beaver. And so the mythos that we're going to start out with comes from the Ojibwe First Nations people, and so the mythology surrounding this, or I should maybe call it folklore or legend, is that once upon a time the beaver had a very beautiful and fluffy tail, and he went up to the other animals, his friends, and he said to the bird, isn't my tail beautiful and fluffy? And uh, bird was, yeah, it's great, but didn't seem too interested. And he goes up to another animal and says, isn't my tail lovely and has beautiful fur? And the other animal says, well, sure, but is it strong? Is it a useful tail? And he kind of looks confused and says, well, I don't understand why that's your question. I just asked you if you thought it was beautiful. So he goes about his workday, and he's busy falling some tree, and he falls a pretty large one, and it crushes his tail. And although he's able to slither out, he realizes that it mangled his tail and it pulled all the fur off, and now it's flat and black and leathery. And he starts to cry because he thinks it's hideous now, and he's convinced that his friends will no longer care for him. And he cries so loud that the creator hears, and he comes down to ask Beaver what's wrong, and Beaver explains what's happened, and the creator says, but this is a much more useful tail now, and you'll be a faster swimmer, and there's much more value in your tail the way it is. And as for your friends, none of them ever cared about your tail. They always loved you for your industry, your hard work, your generosity, all these other wonderful traits. And so with that, the beaver was then satisfied with his squished tail, and he no longer thought of it as as something that was to be cried over. So the message on this is, it's a story of work. It brings up the concept of the value that sometimes a character might misplace their own value, not realizing they're much more valuable than they give themselves credit for. Their place on a team, whether that's the team of friends or the team of colleagues and coworkers, or just their place in this world, what a character deems as their shortcoming or their failing could be so incredibly insignificant. And what they're doing is they're focusing on a perceived imperfection that never had any bearing on all of the amazingness they're actually loved and cherished for. So it's a really lovely message, and it could pertain specifically to someone's role in the workplace, somebody who feels like, I'm not very talented at this or at that, I don't have a really important job. And it's like, that's so untrue. The skill set that our character brings to the table is remarkable and is highly prized. So this is kind of the encouragement on one hand to not be undercutting one's own gifts or importance. But it also, because it's about work, it's also about balance and work-life balance, and having the ability to step back and not only view one's own contributions differently, but also able to view one's own like life, and say, what am I contributing to my own life as well? Am I giving myself freedom to still have time off and have work-life balance? And I'm not just a contributing member to my team at work, but am I contributing in my private life for just my own personal quality of life? So it brings up a couple of nice messages. Actually, we have the Death card sideways, and we have the Hanged Man upright. So it starts out with two major arcana. So to me, this looks like a pretty important one for our Aquarius character here, because it says, something is not over, is not done. In fact, in reality, something may not have yet been begun. So an opportunity that hasn't even been realized, and yet Aquarius is ready to say, oh, it'll probably never happen. And this says, wait now. Let's look at this from a different perspective. There could be a lot more here for Aquarius, but either they have something that they still have to release before something can begin, or perhaps the timing hasn't even come around. Oh, we got an Ace of Wands in the reverse. I'm going to say it this way. something is, how do I say this? It's like uh, there's a kindness in the universe for Aquarius right now. Aquarius is, it says that they actually don't have the creative vibe for something right now. They don't have the flow for it. If they were given this opportunity to do whatever this is, to have a fresh start, to do this different thing, to, maybe it's like a new opportunity within the, let's say it's about a job, and it's like Aquarius has been chomping at the bit going, okay, when is that going to start up? I thought that they were going to promote me, whatever, in the middle of November. We're kind of already there. I don't see that happening yet. Why isn't it happening yet? Maybe Aquarius's life is really busy behind the scenes. Maybe they're using every ounce of energy they've got right now to keep up with, their private life. And it's a blessing in disguise that they're not having to be thrown into some new, tumultuous setting where they're going to have a whole lot of extra, expectations placed upon them. Maybe this is actually a gift from the universe, or even a gift from, the powers that be, the higher ups in the company, if this is work related. I just feel like a delay here is a huge blessing, because it doesn't look like Aquarius, if they were to have to do something right now, jump into something right now, they really may not have the palate for it. They may not have the taste for it. They may not have the energy for it, the creative spark for it. And I kind of feel like we're dealing with an Aquarius that might be a little overworked right now. Hey, Kat. Hi, Brian. Good to see you both. Thanks so much for being here. We've got a Six of Wands. Yeah, there's going to be big success a little bit later, or big success in a different area of Aquarian's life right now. This almost looks like they need to be a gladiator for some other avenue of life. Hey, Pap Gradia, good to see you. It's been a while. I love the fact that we have great success for Aquarius, just not where they think they're going to have it at the moment. We have a Nine of Cups sideways. Anytime that I get sideways cards, I feel like it either it becomes like a horizontal flow of energy, meaning there's more than one avenue of satisfaction that will come in, but it also kind of mediates. It turns the dial from like a full-on 10 down to like a 6. It lowers something, but it puts us at a more realistic level instead of, because this Nine of Cups can be like off the charts. I'm so satisfied. So many wishes are coming true. And this could be like, well, actually, this is pretty comfortable. I'm not jumping for joy. I'm not so thrilled that I'm walking on air, but instead it's like, yeah, this is good. This is sweet. This is all right. I can live with this. This is working. This is clicking, and it's not distractingly good. It's just, I'm in a groove. I'm moving, and this is working. I'm more inclined to say that I don't want to say that Aquarians like flow gets mediocre, because that's not it. It gets stable. I think that maybe what Aquarius needed was not huge pizzazz, not brand new beginnings. This could, this is starting to look like it might be a delay of somebody coming in. Could be a Pisces, could be a Scorpio. Because we start out with those two major arcana, both of which are water energies, I feel like this could have been an emotional overload if this came flooding into Aquarius's life right now. Maybe it's a person, and it's like, well, I thought this person was coming back in. I thought I was going to, we were going to have some new beginning. I thought that there was going to be a rebirth of something. Why is it not happening? Because right now Aquarius has other things to divert their attention to, other battles, other things that they want to succeed in. And if this character were to pop into their life right now, or this opportunity were to pop up right now, I just don't see how Aquarius could manage it all. So things are going to be staggered instead, and they're going to get the best of both worlds. This is like, it would be information overload or emotional overload if everything happened at once. What is the Six of Wands? Because I feel like that's something else in Aquarian's life that they are working on. Oh, Seven of Coins literally could be work related. Something that they just need a little bit more time to complete. Maybe they just need one more week before let me put it in this context. If we were going to have somebody come to visit us and we're really excited and we can't wait to see our friend or our family member or our lover who's coming to visit, but they call up and they say, hey, I'm so sorry, I got to delay one whole week. And it turns out that was a week that we had to give a presentation at work. We were picking up 2 extra shifts for our colleagues that were going to be out. And we had, whatever, the big head honchos down from corporate who were going to be, like doing reviews. That's kind of nice that we're not also having somebody in our private personal life come to visit, because we're going to be distracted and we need to knock it out of the park when we go and sit down for our review with corporate. We want to be prepared for that. So it's like, I think Aquarius is being blessed with just the right amount of time that they need to complete something so they can have the full-blown harvest and really feel amazing. They're going to knock something out of the park, but I feel like it's probably in the workplace, or it's, something that they needed to achieve. Heck, maybe this isn't work related. Maybe this is like, I wanted to finish, like landscaping my backyard before my company comes. Well, guess what? I'm going to have just enough time to get that done, or just enough time to finish painting the sunflowers on the border of my bathroom, because I wanted all of my renovations to be complete before my family comes to visit for the holidays. And I'm so glad that they're delaying by, 7 days. They'll be here right, a little later. That's the kind of energy. It's like, oh my God, I get the best of both worlds. So it looks really nice, even though at first it seems like, why is there a delay? Well, this looks like a nice delay. So what happens after the delay, right? Because we got a 10 of swords in the reverse. We got a 4 of cups upright. Somebody might have enough time to think about things during this time of delay. It feels like there's a natural barrier for a person to come in and try to start things afresh with Aquarius. And maybe Aquarius really wanted this person to show up, but there is some natural delay or barrier happening, which is great because Aquarius gets to handle some other business. But also in that time frame, whomever this possible water sign is that might be delayed in coming forward to Aquarius, it might be really nice because they might have some time to think about things. If they were going to come toward Aquarius, they initially, if they had been able to just leap forward and come talk to Aquarius, they might not have had the perspective that they needed to have. I mean, here it says this person might actually be a little bit apologetic. It says that they might actually be feeling like, wow, all the words I thought I was going to say to Aquarius have kind of died on my lips, and I'm feeling so different about it. I wonder if this person were going to say something impulsive. Remember, we have the death card sideways. Maybe had this person and Aquarius had an opportunity to talk or sit down or see each other again. Maybe at one point they were thinking, it's over. I'm just going to go ahead and tell Aquarius, hey, let's just shake hands and call it quits and peace out. And now that this conversation has been delayed by a week or something, they've had time to think about what it feels like to not have Aquarius in their life. And all of a sudden, it sucks. And the idea of saying goodbye, that's not maybe what they want anymore. But they've had time to sleep on it. They've had time to think about it. They've got a taste of what life's going to be like if Aquarius isn't in their life, is what this is suggesting. What was their original plan? What was their original plan? 5 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, King of Wands. Ooh, you little turd. Sorry. Sometimes I get sassy. They were going to hold back. They were even hoping that maybe Aquarius will tell me how much they're going to miss me, and I'll just sit here and I'll feel really good. Oh, I think this person was full of it. I think they were full of themselves. I think they wanted to feel really loved and really special, and they were planning on that. They were going to let Aquarius do all the heavy lifting, and they were going to enjoy basking in the glow of Aquarians. Like, I miss you, I love you. It's like they wanted Aquarius to lead the conversation or something and tell them how much they've been missed. And they were going to sit there and receive all of this wonderfulness that Aquarius was going to tell them. Oh, it's a darn good thing that they have a delay in being able to communicate with Aquarius, because they've changed their tune by the time this opportunity actually arises. I wonder if that's why there is a delay. With that Hanged Man, there's something here that bogs all of this down, and that's a darn good thing, because this is not at all the same story. By the time they meet up with Aquarius, they're in a very different headspace. They're the ones who don't want something to be over. They're the ones who already have some serious regrets. They may be coming in a heck of a lot more humble. Tell me, how are they really feeling by the time they do get a chance to actually communicate with Aquarius? We got a Knight of Cups in the reverse. They're freaking out that Aquarius doesn't want them now. My, how the tables have turned. They think, I don't even know if my love offer would be accepted, and I don't know that Aquarius is interested in me. Gosh, I never thought of it that way. I was sure that Aquarius was going to maybe grovel a little, maybe tell me how sorry they were. Now, instead, I'm hoping that things don't get, Aquarius doesn't kick me to the curb. And now I don't even know if they would want to accept me. Whereas a week ago, I was getting prepared to have Aquarius tell me how sad and sorry they are over me. Woo, this is flipped. 7 of Swords, 6 of Cups. Now they're hoping that they can hold back the truth, which is they want Aquarius back. Oh my gosh, this is so mixed up. This is so, on one hand, I find it very relatable, because I think any storyline where, there's a character who was kind of full of themselves, kind of pompous, and then they don't get a chance to be pompous, even though they built it up in their head about how it was going to go. And instead, the universe gives them this weird delay before they're allowed to, engage. And they've had enough time to kind of get schooled, right? This character, they could be a King of Wands, doesn't have to be. We described him first as possibly a water sign, but now they're coming across as a fire energy. They're still hoping that they can keep themselves from blurting out how much they want to be with Aquarius, is what it looks like. It's just because they were delayed the pompous gratification, then they kind of got a taste of what life would be like without Aquarian in it. And now the pompousness has deflated, much like a big bloated balloon who's lost a lot of its hot air. And they're starting to have a reality check here. Now, that's not what they want to say. What they would have said a week ago that they were denied the chance to say is not what they want to say at all 1 week later. So with that in mind, how do things shake out for them and Aquarius? Because this has been kind of an interesting weaving little tale. Meanwhile, Aquarius had success somewhere else in life. We saw them knocking it out of the park with that 6 of Wands, something like work-related or something that was really busy in their life that they attended to. And now they're coming back around to maybe have dialogue with whomever this cat is. And how does this actually go? We got an Ace of Swords. We got a 5 of Coins. There's some truth here. And this is either going to be enough truth where Aquarius and this person both acknowledge where there's been a lack of understanding, a lack of genuine cooperation with the 5 of Pentacles. And they're either going to say, hey, we don't work well together, or it's going to be, I can see where we didn't work well together, and maybe those are areas we can work on together. We got Emperor and we got 4 of Cups. This feels a little bit like when Aquarius is faced with them, they might, because of the 4 of Cups here, they might actually say, I've had some time to think about it. And maybe at one point Aquarius would have said, I miss you. I want us to work it out. Maybe in this week they've had time to turn their mind around 180 and say, the truth of it is, in this week that you haven't been in my life, I'm realizing, what I miss is that you never were that partner to me. And I think I want to be with an Emperor now. And so it's okay that we part ways here. the fact that somebody's still out here having a regret, I gotta say, I'm starting to think that had Aquarius had a conversation with this person a week ago, they might have been asking this person to stay. Now a week has passed and it's completely, the roles have reversed. That's what it looks like to me. Whew, that was a wild one. That was all over. I did not expect that back and forth like that. It does make sense though, because remember we have the death card sideways. The sideways cards for me can change everything. It can throw in the unexpected twist. Well, I'm going to leave it that way because I only read whatever comes out, good, bad, or ugly. But man, that one had me like twisting and turning, going back and forth. Like, wow, wait a second, this is not what I expected at all. Anyway, you guys, thank you for being here, and I will see you all next week, and we should get back on track with some more videos. I think you guys barely got 2 this week. I got a little bit bogged down because I had company, but thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you do enjoy the Aquarius reads and want to see more of them. All right, you guys, take care. Bye, everyone.